Welcome to my Drew channel. Today we're heading east over the Pacific Ocean to take a closer look at Japan. This island nation is made up of thousands of islands, but only 6 are actually inhabited. Japan is known for its high-tech cities like Tokyo, delicious cuisine, rich history and culture. With such a unique set of characteristics, it's easy to see why Japan stands apart from the rest of the countries in Asia. So let's dig in and learn a little bit more about this wild nation. Japan is an island nation consisting of more than 6,800 islands, spanning 3 parallel mountain ranges separated by deep valleys. The country lies off the eastern coast of Asia and stretches from the Sea of Okhotsk in the north to the East China Sea in the south. The country is situated along the Ring of Fire, a horseshoe-shaped belt around the Pacific Ocean, where many volcanoes and earthquakes occur. While this is obviously dangerous, it has also helped shape the landscape and has been a major factor in the country's distinct geographical features. In fact, many scientists believe that Japan was literally built by volcanoes. The 4 largest islands of Japan are Honshu, Hokkaido, Kyushu, and Shikoku. Honshu is the largest and most populous island, home to nearly half of Japan's population. It is also home to Japan's capital city, Tokyo. Hokkaido is the 2nd largest island and is known for its natural beauty, Sapporo Snow Festival, and for being home to the infamous cult Doomsday Group, OM Shinrikyo, who released sarin gas in the Tokyo subway system in 1995. Kyushu is the 3rd largest island and is known for its hot springs and volcanic activity. Finally, Shikoku is the 4th largest island and is famous for being the setting of the pilgrimage route of Hinro, which is an 88-day hike visiting 88 temples. Japan's main islands are surrounded by thousands of smaller islands, including the Daito Islands, the Ryukyu Islands, and the Senkaku Islands. Each island has its own unique charm and offers visitors a chance to explore Japan's beautiful coastline, crystal clear waters, and lush green mountains. Japan's geography has played a significant role in shaping its history. The country's mountainous terrain and isolation from mainland Asia have contributed to the development of a unique Japanese culture. For example, until the 19th century, Japan was largely isolated from the rest of the world, which allowed it to develop its own distinct culture and customs. Another way that Japan's geography has shaped its history is through its natural disasters. As mentioned earlier, Japan is located on the Ring of Fire, which means that it is prone to earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. These natural disasters have caused widespread destruction and loss of life throughout Japanese history. However, they have also spurred innovation and resilience among the Japanese people. For example, after the devastating earthquake and tsunami of 2011, the country came together to rebuild and implemented new safety measures to prevent future disasters. Another important aspect of Japan's geography is its climate. Japan has a wide range of climates, from the cold and snowy winters of Hokkaido to the warm and humid summers of Okinawa. This diversity of climate has affected the types of crops that can be grown in different regions and has influenced the traditional clothing and architecture of the Japanese people. One of the most defining features of Japan's geography is its coastline. The country has an extensive coastline that is indented in many places, creating deep bays and natural harbors. These natural harbors have historically been important for trade and transportation, and many of Japan's largest cities are located along its coastline. Finally, Japan's geography has also shaped its economy. The country's natural resources are limited, which has forced Japan to rely on imports for many of its raw materials. This has made Japan a major player in international trade and has contributed to its status as a global economic power. Japan's coastal location has also made it a hub for shipping and transportation, and its highly developed infrastructure has made it a center for manufacturing and technology. All in all, Japan's geography is incredibly diverse and has played a major role in shaping its history, culture, and economy. From its towering Mount Fuji to its endless stretches of rice paddies, Japan is truly a country that has something for everyone. Now let's go back to the timeline. Japan has a long and complex history that dates back thousands of years. The earliest evidence of human habitation in Japan dates back to the Jomon period, which lasted from around 14,000 to 300 BC. During this time, the people of Japan lived in small settlements and relied on hunting and gathering for food. They were also known for their beautiful pottery, which is still admired today. After the Jomon period came the Yayoi period, which lasted from around 300 BC to 300 AD. During this time, the people of Japan began to use iron tools and weapons, and they also started to grow rice. They also began to form larger settlements, which eventually grew into villages. The next period in Japanese history was the Kofun period, which lasted from around 300 to 538 AD. This period is named after the large burial mounds, known as kofan, that were built for the country's leaders. During this time, Buddhism was introduced to Japan from Korea, and it quickly became popular. After the Kofan period was the Asuka period, which lasted from 538 to 710 AD. During this time, Japan's first capital city, Asuka, was established. The country was also ruled by a series of powerful female emperors during this time, such as Empress Wu Zixan. The next period in Japanese history was the Nara period, which lasted from 710 to 794 AD. During this time, Japan's capital was moved to Nara, and the country's first written constitution, the Constitution of Taiho, was established. The Nara period was also a time of great cultural achievement, and it is considered to be the golden age of Japanese history. After the Nara period came the Heian period, which lasted from 794 to 1185. During this time, Japan's capital was moved to Heiankyo, which is present-day Kyoto. The Heian period was a time of great literary and artistic achievement, and it is considered to be one of the most refined periods in Japanese history. The next period in Japanese history was the Kamakura Shogunate, which lasted from 1185 to 1333. During this time, the shogunate was a military dictatorship that was established by Minamoto no Yoritomo. After the Kamakura Shogunate was the Muromachi Shogunate, which lasted from 1336 to 1573. The Ashikaga Shogunate was a period of civil war and unrest, and it was also a time when Zen Buddhism flourished in Japan. The next period in Japanese history was the Sengoku period, which lasted from 1467 to 1600. This period was a time of constant warfare, as various feudal lords fought for control of the country. But this period also saw the emergence of some of Japan's greatest heroes and villains, such as Oda, Nobunaga, Toyotomi, Hideyoshi, and Tokugawa Ieyasu. After the Sengoku period, Japan entered a new era known as the Edo period, which lasted from 1603 to 1868. This period was marked by a strict social hierarchy and a flourishing of arts and culture. The Tokugawa Shogunate, which had come to power at the end of the Sengoku period, established a new capital in Edo, present-day Tokyo. The shoguns ruled the country with an iron fist and imposed a number of restrictions on the populace, such as a ban on Christianity and a requirement that commoners wear distinctive clothing. Despite these restrictions, the Edo period was a time of great cultural achievement, and it is considered to be one of the most unique periods in Japanese history. The arts flourished, and the country's population grew significantly. The economy was stable, and there was little foreign influence. However, the strict social hierarchy and the shogun's oppressive rule led to resentment among the populace, and this would eventually lead to the downfall of the Tokugawa shogunate and the restoration of the emperor in 1868. After the Edo period was the Meiji period, which lasted from 1868 to 1912. This was a time of rapid modernization and industrialization as Japan transformed itself from a feudal society into a modern nation-state. The next period was the Taisho period, which lasted from 1912 to 1926. This was a time of political instability and economic hardship as Japan struggled to cope with the aftermath of World War I. After the Taisho period was the Showa period, which lasted from 1926 to 1989. This was a time of great upheaval and change as Japan went from a peaceful democracy to a brutal dictatorship and then back again. Japan's involvement in World War II resulted in the country's total devastation. But since then, Japan has rebuilt itself into a modern, technologically advanced nation. Finally, we have the Heisei period, which lasted from 1989 to 2019. This period is marked by the end of the Cold War and the rise of Japan as a global economic power. And finally, we have the current Reiwa period, which began in 2019. So that's a quick breakdown of Japan's history. If you want to learn more about a specific period or event, let me know in the comments below. So I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about Japan. If you did, please subscribe. And if you want to watch more of my videos, you can do so here. Thanks for watching. See you next time.